A couple of teams going at it here. The Bonduel crew going at it. They are 8-6 overall, having our pregame here with head coach Don Grunwald of Bonduel and head coach Wayne Sankey here. The first of two games here today for Pacelli. Bonduel will then be back in action on Monday. They'll be hosting Wittenberg-Burnhamwood. Of course, our Auto Select pregame show here. Auto Select is pregame. Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. They have complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and on Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you're good to go.
Also happening in Pacelli action today will be the Cardinal girls. They're in a triangular with Tomahawk and
Pacelli with the 1-0 victory last night over at Jankowski Field in Pittsville. And just a outstanding performance from both pitchers, really. Pacelli with Kelton Opper, who went 6 innings strong, had the 8 Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeouts last night, got the victory. Tomas Uemura picked up the save in that one, and a very pivotal game, I would say, because that conference shaping up to be a pretty good conference here as we get into the final stretch of the regular season here. So both teams with one single blemish on their ledger in conference play. But back at it here today, as head coach Wayne Sankey said, no rest for the weary, a doubleheader here today. Pacelli then will be back in action Monday at Ullman Bancroft, a conference game. Pacelli comes in here with an overall record of 14-2. They are 7-1 in CW South Conference play. Bonduel 8-6 overall. They are 6-3 in CW East Conference play. Bonduel lost a game last night, 5-4 over in Amherst. And Bonduel will be back in action, as we mentioned, hosting Wittenberg-Burnhamwood on Monday. Our Auto Select pregame show, again, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. They have complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and on Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you're good to go. And get our starting lineups here for Bonduel. Cade Johnson, Race Anvilink.
Number 11, Beckett Hartleben.
Beckett Hartleben hitting third and left field.
Number 5, Joe Fellhofer.
Joe Fellhofer hitting cleanup and doing the catching here today.
Second baseman. Number 0, Carter Maish.
Carter Maish hitting the 5 spot, playing second base.
Cody Schrader.
Cody Schroeder is hitting 6th here today, playing third base.
Mason Zuliger.
Mason Zuliger gets his start. He'll hit 7th. He's going to do the pitching here today. Aiden Hillsberg hitting 8th, first base.
Jack Zernicki.
Jack Zernicki rounding things out in right field.
And the rest of the Bonduel
Head coach by Don Grunwald.
Now
We'll get our starting lineups for the host Cardinals here.
Out at shortstop, number 1, Melise Badoon.
That's Melise Badoon at short, the senior.
In center field, number 7, Jaden Garski.
Sophomore Jaden Garski out in center, playing,
On the mound,
hitting
number 3,
second.
Lucas Hammerly.
The right-hander senior Lucas Hammerly gets his start. He'll hit third.
Baseman, number 10, Tomas Umera.
Tomas Uemura, who will hit 4th here today and play second base.
Number 12, Sully Schober.
Sully Schober hitting 5th and playing third base.
Behind the plate, number 2, Eric Reinke.
Eric Reinke will hit in the 6th spot and do the catching here today.
The first baseman, number 8, Kelton Opper.
Kelton Opper will hit 7th and play first base.
Field, number 5, Bryce Flaker.
Bryce Flaker hitting in the 8th spot. He'll be in right field here.
Number 6, Braden Flaker.
And Braden Flaker rounding things out in left field. He'll hit 9th.
Wayne Sankey, John Rafflick, Joe Weinberg, Jeff Saddlemeyer, and Sam Grivach. Now, if you please rise, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
We are back here, national anthem underway here. As mentioned in our Stevens Point Auto Select pregame show, a couple of pretty solid squads going at it here today. Bonduel, if you might recall, they were down at state last year. Back in June, they lost a what I would say a heartbreaker 2-1, the hands of Kenosha St. Joseph. Back, I believe that was on Tuesday, June 11th, and Pacelli was also down at state. So two very good baseball programs, no doubt. Certainly they play in different conferences, a non-conference game for both of these squads here, but both squads, very good coaching here. Head coach Don Grunwald, and certainly Wayne Sankey, no stranger to outstanding coaching here. Pacelli will send out senior right-hander here, Lucas Hammerly. As we mentioned in our Stevens Point Auto Select pregame show, Pacelli with a very inspiring victory last night over in Pittsville, a 1-0 affair. And that was the epitome of a pitcher's duel. You had Kel Knopper going toe-to-toe with Logan Zickert. And I tell you what, those are two premier pitchers that we saw last night. And good, clean baseball, certainly by both squads. You hate to see one of them go away without the victory because they certainly both played very, very well last night. But Pacelli did come out on top on that one. So leading things off here for Bonduel will be the center fielder, Cade Johnson.
Center fielder, Cade Johnson.
Cade, the lefty here, the center fielder. Defensively, Schober at third, Badun at short. Waimura over at second. You got Opper over at first. You got the Flakers in right and left field, and then Jaden Garski in center field. Hammerly works from the stretch. First pitch is going to miss down low. It's going to go 1-0 now to Johnson. So Ray Sandvlink, the on-deck hitter here for Bonduel. 1-0 pitch here from Hammerly. That misses high, and outside it goes to 2-0 now. Hammerly bunt being shown, and that's in there for a called strike. It goes 2-1 now to Johnson. Hammerly getting his signs from his battery mate, Eric Rinke. That one misses up, and it goes hitters count 3-1 now to Johnson. Visit Marshfield. Marshfield Dairy Fest is May 30th and 31st. Check out visitmarshfield.com for all the details. See you in Marshfield for a fun-filled weekend at Dairy Fest. Just about, 3 weeks away or so here. Hammerly misses down low, and a base on ball given up to Cade Johnson to start things off here. And that'll bring up the shortstop here in Ray Sandvlink. So Pacelli, following this game, they will play Spencer in a doubleheader here for the Cardinals. Hammerly misses just outside. It's 1-0 now to Anvelink. Beckett Hartleben is the on-deck hitter here for Bonduel. Hammerly working from the stretch. Off-speed pitch misses a little high and in. It's 2-0. Hammerly keeping a close, watchful eye over on Cade Johnson there, and that one's going to miss. It's going to go to 3-0 now to Anvelink. Gorgeous day here out at the old ballpark. And that's in there for a called strike. It's 3-1, so Hammerly able to catch the corner inside portion of the plate there. So it's 3-1 now to Anvelink. Anvelink showing bunt, and a nice bunt at that. Ranke will glove it, field it and make the play there. The 2-3 sack bunt there for
Left
Anvilink.
fielder, number 11, Beckett Hartleben.
So the sack bunt to get Johnson over to second, and that'll bring up the left fielder here in Beckett Hartleben, the lefty. Bonduel with a runner in scoring position here, one away. Top half, inning number 1. Hammerly comes set here from the stretch. Breaking ball just missed, so it's 1-0 to Beckett. Johnson with a intermediate lead there. That ball hit pretty well out into Flaker and right. Flaker, and he is unable to make the play out and right. And Johnson will get to third on that one, so we'll say an E9 there.
Number 5, Joe Fellhofer.
So an E9 here. Get the runners at the corner for Joe Fellhofer, the catcher here today. Hitting in the cleanup spot for Bonduel. And Hartleben steals second base there. Called strike to Fellhofer. It's 0-1. So a couple runners in scoring position early going here for Bonduel. Emily comes set here. That's going to hit back, fouled back here into the fencing material. It's 0-2. Schober just in on the cut of the third base grass there, playing in a little bit here. It's 0-2 now to Fellhofer. And that's fouled back. It remains 0-2. Opper playing at the edge of the grass as well, along with Schober. You have to think probably anything hit on the ground, probably going to look to try to maybe come home with it, I would guess, perhaps. Although certainly the runner there at third that definitely does not need to necessarily go in this situation, but either way, it is 1-2 now to Fellhofer. Breaking ball, smashed foul there, goes past Coach Grunwald. Remains 1-2 here to Fellhofer. Carter Maish, the on-deck hitter for Bonduel. And a good stop there by Ranke. It goes even at 2-2 now to Joe. Hammerly's 1-2 pitch on the way, and that's hit to Hammerly. Uemura will field it. He'll glove it. He'll get the 4-3 ground out to retire Fellhofer, but a run will come across in the form of Cade Johnson here. So Bonduel first to strike here. Hartleben
Carter Mish
moves over to third. 2 away now for second baseman here in Carter Maish. And that one misses outside. Ranke with a good block there. Home Furniture. Fill your home with the best from Home Furniture. Sofas, sectionals, beds, recliners, lighting, tables, rugs, and so much more. Home Furniture with locations on Grand Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids and on Post Road in Plover. And that one misses down. It's quickly 2-0 now to Carter. And that fastball in there for a called strike right down Buchholz Avenue here. So it's 2-1. That ball bounced over to Opper at first. He'll get it, step on one, and that'll be the end of Bonduel's top half of inning number 1, but they do come away with a run scored here.
Get 1 run.
So we'll move to the bottom half of inning number 1. Pacelli coming up here. You're listening to and watching high school baseball here today on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from our friends from Hoff Favor Realty. Back in 1 moment.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance and repairs, Stevens Point knows you can always put your trust in Auto Select. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is often an inconvenience, but with locations on Highway 10 East and Church Street in Plover, Auto Select will have you back on the road in no time. Enjoy their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. Quality, dependable, automotive care experts you can trust in Stevens Point, Plover, and in Weston. At Auto Select, you're good to go.
Meda Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Meda Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at medacustom.com.
All right, we are back out here at Buchholz Park here. Nice day at the ballpark here. A little baseball music here out at the old ball field here, as they would say. Good crowd turning out here for a beautiful day, as we mentioned, here out at Buchholz Park here in Stevens Point. The first of 2 games here for the Cardinals. They will have Spencer then probably about a half hour or so at the conclusion of this first game here with Bonduel. So Bonduel, Mason Zuliger out on the hill. The lefty gets the start here today for Bonduel. Melise Badoon will lead things off here, the senior shortstop who had that couple of dynamic plays yesterday over in Pittsville. Certainly one of them was the start of the 6-4-3 double play that really sort of set the tone, I would say, for the remainder of that very close game yesterday over in Pittsville. So Zuliger from the windup here, the lefty, and that ball hit pretty well out into center field, going back on it and tracking that one down, and a nice play by Cade Johnson there to track that one down for the F8 for the first out here.
Center fielder, number 7.
Ball hit pretty well, though, by Badoon. So that'll bring up the sophomore here in Jaden Garski. So one away here, Zuliger working for Bonduel, and that one is in there for a called strike. It's 0-1 to Garski. That one's going to miss a little bit high. It's going to go 1-1, high and away, it looks like. So 1-1. Zuliger is in there, called strike. It's 1-2 now. Catches that inside part of the plate there. So 1-2 to Garski. 1-2 offering is going to miss just inside. It's going to go even 2-2 now. Lucas Hammerly out in the on-deck area here for the Cardinals. That ball hit pretty well out into right field, and that's going to drop for Garski. So a single for Garski to lead things off here.
Pitcher, number 3, Lucas.
And that'll bring up the pitcher here in senior Lucas Hammerly with 1 out. And Tomas Huemora, the on-deck hitter here for the Cardinals. Lucas trying to help his own cause here at the plate. And that one catches a corner. It's 0-1 to Lucas. Zuliger set Garski over at first. That one's going to get away from Fellhofer, so Garski will end up at second on that one. So it's 1-1 now to Hammer. The runner in scoring position with Garski. Garski definitely some speed on the base paths. We know that he's a pretty fleet of foot cross-country runner in the fall, is Jaden. The pitch to Hammer, that one's going to get away from Fellhofer, and Garski will get to third now. So it's going to be 3-1 now to Hammerly. So as we mentioned in our Stevens Point Auto Select pregame show, 2 ball clubs that were down at the state tournament just about a year or so ago here. So 2 very quality, well-coached baseball teams. And that'll bring up Tomas Uemura, the senior second baseman. We saw Tomas last night come on in relief and close the game out here to preserve the 1-0 victory yesterday over in Pittsville. Did a nice job, did Tomas, the right-hander. We got a courtesy runner over at first in Nathan Reimer. Runners at the corner with Garski at third. That one fouled back by Uemura. It's 0-1. Zuliger working here from the stretch. That ball fouled back. The Oso Brewing Company in Plover offers a large, spacious place for your next gathering or just to watch a big game, the big game, on a massive projector screen. Enjoy a great variety of pizzas and other hot food along with a cold soda. It's all at the Oso Brewing Company in Plover. That one's going to miss, and Reimer's going to get down to second on the stolen base. So Uemura, who we've seen all season, has certainly a very quick bat. And that one's in there for a called strike, a third strike there, and the Serpro Jamie Wenzel strikeout there for Mason Zuliger. You can call Jamie Wenzel at Serpro for the number 1 choice and cleanup. And restoration 2 away now for sophomore Sully Schober. Couple runners in scoring position here. You'd have to think a hit, in all likelihood, would score both with 2 outs here. And Schober looks at strike 1. It's 0-1 now to Sully. And Schober, look out over there by Rinke. It's 0-2 to Schober here. Zuliger trying to work his way out of, I don't know that I would necessarily call it a jam, but a couple runners, certainly a hit could score 2, and he will strike Schober out for another Serpro Jamie Wenzel strikeout.
1 inning complete.
So 1 hit, no runs, no errors, couple left on base, 1 inning in the books. We'll move to the 2nd inning. You're listening to and watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, brought to you from Hoff Favor Realty. Back in 1 moment.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto. Simple.
All right, welcome back here. Bucco Park, 2nd inning coming up here. Bonduel will send up 6, 7, and 8 here. That's Schrader, Zuliger, and Hillsburg. Want to give thanks to all of our game day sponsors, Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality that you can trust. Also brought to you today by Culligan Water. Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. That is Culligan. So Cody Schrader will lead things off here. 6, 7, and 8 here. Cody, the third baseman here in this one. Hammerly working out of the stretch here. Bonduel with the early 1-0 lead, top half inning number 2 here. And that ball belted into left field. That's a base hit for Schrader. The first hit here for Bonduel. They do have the first run of the game, and
Mason Zuliger.
That'll bring up the pitcher here in Mason Zuliger. Breaking ball and a nice one at that, so it's going to go 0-1 to Mason. Aiden Hillsberg, the on-deck hitter for Bonduel. A few more fans trickling here into the old ballpark. That one fouled back into the fence material. 0-2 now.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
If you're looking for delicious, you've found it at Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. This family-oriented 50s-themed cafe is open 7 to 3 daily with a great diverse menu of American and Mexican breakfast and lunch options. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out 7 days a week and always served quickly, fresh, with a smile. For the full menu and more about this local Stevens Point gem on Stanley Street, visit rockandroll.cafe.
We'll see how they scored. I'm going to probably say
The right fielder, number 5.
I guess I'm going to say a hit probably. I mean, he was hustling. And that'll bring up sophomore Bryce Flaker, as we mentioned, had that big timely double yesterday. Pitch here to Flaker. Flaker showing bunt and bunts that one foul. That one a little bit under it. That had a chance to possibly be caught there, but he'll get another chance at it, Will Bryce. Older brother, senior Braden Flaker, the on-deck hitter for the Cardinals. Nobody out here, bottom half, inning number 2. Zuliger working from the stretch here with Rinke at second and Opper over at first. Flaker showing bunt. It's 1-0 to Bryce. So Pacelli with a couple of hits here thus far. The Garski single back in the first, and Opper with what I'm going to call a base hit. That's a bunt, and it's going to be bunted just foul. So it's going to go to 1-2 now to Bryce Flaker. Ridgetop Exteriors, just like these players bring their best to the field. Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. Roofing, siding, windows, and door. Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Flaker offers, and that will be a strikeout here, the first one. And a Serb Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout here for Mason Zuliger, his third Serb Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout here this afternoon. Now, technically this morning, I guess it's 11:30 still. It's afternoon somewhere. 11:30 here in this first of two games. And Braden Flaker shows bunt. And he's going to bunt that one foul. And we've seen Braden put some pretty nice bunts down here throughout the course of this season on a number of different occasions. And I know we've commented a little bit on that as well, just the timely bunting. And certainly he has some speed as well. That one's going to be bunted, and a nice bunt there by Braden. Doing it again here, Braden Flaker with a bunt single. I mean, he's one of those guys that could probably teach a class on bunting. I would say. I mean, it's an art form, definitely, and he's done that a number of times here. So that loads things up here for Melise Badoon back at the top of the order here. Melise 0 for 1 here today. Flew out to deep center in his first at-bat. That one misses. It's 1-0 to Melise. So, yeah, Melise gave that one a ride, hit it to probably the longest part of the field, but a good play was made by Cade Johnson to track that one down back in the first. And that one's going to miss down. It's going to go 2-0 to Melise Badoon. Nowhere to put them, as they say. And that one is in there. It's a called strike, and 2-1 now to Badoon. That ball hit on the ground and not going to be able to make the play at third. And a run's going to score for the Cardinals, so they are on the board as well with Ranke scoring that. Hopper showing a little bit of that athleticism to get in there to third.
Number 7, Jaden
Braden Flaker down at second. And Melise Badoon. The bases loaded, and Jaden Garski, who is 1 for 1 here today. Jaden had the single back in his last at-bat. 1-0 here to Garski. And that one's going to miss. Goes to 2-0 now. Braden Flaker at second. Hopper over at third. Badoon down at first. That one's going to miss, and it's 3-0 now to Garski. Beg your pardon now, it's and that one in there for a called strike. Garski just about ready to flip the bat there, thinking maybe that was ball 4, but pitch here to Garski and a swing and a miss. So a strikeout, a Serb Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout.
Lucas Hammerly.
For 2 away now here, and that'll bring up Lucas Hammerly, who walked and stole a base in his last at-bat. Pitch here to Hammer. That one's in there, called strike. It goes 0-1 now to Lucas. 2 outs, a hit probably scores a couple for Pacelli. Mason Zuliger going to do his best to prevent that. That's in there for called strike. It's 0-2 now to Lucas. And that ball hit. That'll drop in for a base hit for Hammerly. That should score a couple of runs. Maybe even 3 runs here. It looks going to be sending him in. That's Badoon coming in. We'll have a play at the plate, and Badoon will be gunned down at the plate, but a couple of runs will score on that here. So Opper scores on that, as did Braden Flaker. So Pacelli now with 3 runs on the board. That's the end of 2 innings complete here. Our score now is 3-1 Pacelli. We'll move to the 3rd inning of play. You're listening to and watching high school baseball here today on Zaleski Sports. Brought to you in part from our friends from Hoff Favor Realty, bringing it right back in one moment.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Hello, it's Mayor Lois T. Strake asking you to join us for Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Dairy, great time. The fun starts with me on Friday, May 30th at the Mayor's Breakfast, 5:30 to 9:30 a.m. At 5 p.m., head to Columbia Park for family-friendly entertainment, and later join free live music at the Wenzel Family Plaza. Saturday, May 31st, the parade starts at 11 o'clock, and Wenzel Family Plaza will host fun activities. In the afternoon, the Pie and Ice Cream Social is at the Upham Mansion, and Nuts Deep 2 will be hosting an outdoor beer garden with live music. For more information, go to visitmarshfield.com.
Runner going, throw down to second is not going to be in time, and another run is going to come across in the form of Anvilink. Hartley Ben will swipe second base. Things tied up now. Whitetail Properties. The Whitetail Properties Real Estate is your premier hunting land, farmland, and recreational land broker. If you're looking to buy or sell, Central Wisconsin agents are Brian and Evan Roosh at whitetailproperties.com. So Eric Rinke out to say a few words to his pitcher here. So all tied up here at 3 apiece. Another runner in scoring position with Hartley Ben down at second. And Fellhofer from Hammerly. That one's going to miss high to Joe. The pitch from Hammerly, that's going to get out of play and go foul. Hammerly set. Breaking ball hit on the ground. Waymota will field it. And an errant throw over to first. And that'll score Hartley Ben. And Fellhofer hustling down to second.
Second baseman, number 0, Carter Mish.
And that'll bring up the second baseman here in Carter Mish here. Head coach Wayne Sankey coming out to say a few words here. We'll keep it right here. So Bonduel now with the 4-3 lead here in the top half of inning number 3. As you can see, head coach Wayne Sankey out to say a few words here to his senior right-hander here. A couple of miscues that certainly paving the way now for the 3 runs here in this top half of inning number 3. So you've got Fellhofer at second. And that is in there, a called strike. It is 0-1 to Carter Mish. Still nobody out here in this top half of the 3rd here. That one's going to be hit in the air. That should be playable. And Badoon calling for it. He'll make the play there at short to retire Mish for the first out here. And that'll bring up Cody Schrader here now.
Number 44, Cody Schrader.
Cody is 1 for 1 here today at a single back in the second. So runner in scoring position with Fellhofer down at second. Hammerly's breaking ball is in there. It's called strike. It's 0-1. Mason Zuliger, the on-deck hitter here for Bonduel. And that one hit foul there. Coach Grunwald barehanding it over there at third. Completing the nice throw there to Lucas. Good sequence there, right? And gets a piece of that, but Rinke unable to hang on to that. It's going to stay 0-2 now here. One away for Hammerly and the Cardinals here. The 0-2 pitch here to Cody is, that one's going to be tap foul. Little Scholars Childcare. Little Scholars and Little Scholars Beginnings are 2 beautiful childcare and preschools in Stevens Point, offering early childhood learning For infants through 4K, you'll find great facilities and a comfortable environment to help your child grow. Visit littlescholars.com. So 0-2 here to Cody Schrader. And a swing and a miss. And the tag applied there. The second out here, and another Serb Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout here today for Lucas Hammerly. You can call Jamie Wenzel at Serb Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serb Pro like it never even happened. So 2 away now for Zuliger. Zuliger 0 for 1 here today. And that one's down, so it's going to go 1-0 to Mason. Two outs here with Fellhofer still at second. Hammerly trying to work his way out of this third inning here, and that's in there for a called strike. The fastball goes to 1-1 now to Zuliger. And that one misses down, so it's 2-1 now to Zuliger. Hammerly's 2-1 pitch is hit on the ground. That's going to be in the hole. A base hit for Zuliger. And Zuliger aboard with the 2-out single. Fellhofer gets over to third. And that'll bring up Aiden Hillsberg. He is 0 for 1 here today. He flew out to Badoon at short in his first at-bat. Express Employment Professionals has relationships with all of the local businesses and job openings. Call or stop in at Express Employment to find the right career path for you. Hammerly checking back on the runner there in Zuliger. Runners at the corner, 2 away here for Hillsberg. Runner going, hit over to Badoon. Badoon, only play is going to be at 1. He'll make the play, and a nice play by Badoon, showing why he is one of the premier shortstops, certainly in not only the conference, but certainly in the state here. So 3 runs do score here. So Bonduel now on front 4-3. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 3. You're listening to and watching high school baseball here today on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Hoff Favor Realty, bringing it right back in one moment. All right, we are back here, bottom half of inning number 3 here. Tomas Uemura will lead things off here for the Cardinals. Tomas, number 10 here for Pacelli. Tomas had the very big save yesterday. This is Tomas, the lefty, as you can see here. He came in and shut down the door last night, did Tomas. Zuliger out for his third inning of work. Tomas 0 for 1 here today. And that one's going to miss downstairs. It's 1-0 now to Tomas. Sully Schober is the on-deck hitter here for Pacelli. And that one's going to get Uemura on the right shoulder area. Looks like he's okay.
That'll bring up.
And that brings up Sully Schober.
Sully Schober.
First base coach there, Joey Weinberg, giving him some words of encouragement. He looks to be okay, though. Put a little dirt on that, Tomas, right? That's what he would say anyways. So Uemura at first with a lead, and that one's going to miss a little high to Schober. It's 1-0. And timely base running, and Uemura is going to get down to third on that. Zuliger sensed that, and it would have had, I mean, Tomas would have been in a tough spot there, but the miscue there, the throw there, gets Uemura down to third now. Still 1-0 to Schober, nobody out here, bottom half of inning number 3. Bonduel with the run lead here. And that one's going to miss, and it's going to go 2-0 now to Sully. Pitch here from Zuliger, a swing and a miss. And it's going to go to 2-1 now to Schober. Eric Rinke, the on-deck hitter here for the Cardinals. And a swing and a miss there, Schober. It's now even at 2-2. Pitch here to Rinke. Hit high in the air. And Volink makes the play there at short.
The catcher, number 2.
To retire Sullivan Schober for out number 1. And that'll bring up the catcher here in Eric Rinke. He walked and scored a run back over in the second. Pitch here from Zuliger, misses outside. It's 1-0 to Rinke. A few more folks have made their way into Buchholz Park here. Coming up on the noon hour here in Stevens Point. That one's going to get by, and Uemura running all the way, and he will score on the wild pitch there. So Tomas scores the 4th and tying run here for the Cardinals. It's 2-0 now to Rinke. Ski's Meat Market is your locally owned premier meat market filled with more than 30 flavors of brats, along with chicken, steaks, beef, deli meats, local and seasonal favorites, and more. It's all at Ski's Meat Market on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. And that's in there for a called strike. It is even at 2-2 now to Rinke. That one's going to miss. Going to go full now. That's fouled back. Full count here with Rinke up. 1 away. Kaltnapper there hustling for that foul ball. Good to see. He put in a good day's work yesterday, as we mentioned a few times now. That one's going to get by, and Rinke's going to draw the base on ball. The one-out walk, and that'll bring up Kaltnapper, who singled and scored a run in his last at-bat. So Kelton 1 for 1 here today. Today's game is brought to you in part by Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Premier Auto Body, Dahl Automotive, Stevens Point Brewery, Lee Ayers Jewelers, Point Heating and Cooling, and Portesi Pizza. And that's in there, called strike. It's 0-1 to Opper. So Rinke down at first, 0-1 here to Opper with Bryce Flaker, the on-deck hitter for the Cardinals, all knotted up at 4. Reinke going on the move here. The throwdown is not going to be in time, and Reinke is going to steal second base on that.
Stolen base for Reinke.
So 0-2 to Opper. Reinke with that ball hit. Anvelink going over, calling for it. He'll make the play out in shallow left field for the second out to retire
number 5,
Kelton Opper.
Flaker.
Is Anvelink, and Reinke remains at second. That brings up Bryce Flaker, 0 for 1 here today. Struck out back in the second. Did Bryce. Older brother Braden, the on-deck hitter. Should Bryce reach here? And swings through and misses. It's 0-1 now to Flaker. So Zuliger getting the signs from his catcher here. That one is going to be in there. It's called strike. It's going to go to 0-2 now to Bryce Flaker. So all knotted up here at 4 apiece. Reinke on the run, and that one's going to be, I think, fouled back. So Reinke will head back to second on that. Remains 0-2 to Bryce Flaker. So Zuliger working here with an 0-2 count to Flaker, and that one's going to get away from Fellhofer, and that'll get Reinke down to third now. So it's 1-2 now to Bryce Flaker. Four to 4 here. Pitch to Flaker. That's going to miss just inside, and it's going to go 2-2 now. 2-2, 2 outs here. Number of twos, you might say. That one's smashed on the ground. Look out over there, older brother Braden. Picking on his older brother again, it looks like. I tell you. Count remains 2-2 to Bryce Flaker. We are at the noon hour here. And that's a called strike. And that's the third out here to retire Bryce Flaker. But Pacelli does come across with a run here to tie things up here. We'll move to the 4th inning here out at Buchholz Park. You are listening to and watching high school baseball here today on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from Hoff, Favor Realty. 4th inning coming up in 1 moment.
Zernicki, Johnson, and Blink.
And the most important of those things is to have the ability to do things and treat patients in such a way that you're, that you're able to do things in such a way that you're controlling the decisions that are made, and you have that ability to change things when you feel like they're not the best things for you or for your patients, and that's really important.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
All right, welcome back here. 4th inning coming up here. We are all tied up 4 apiece here. Top half of inning number 4 coming up. Bonduel will send up 7, 8, and 9 here, and Mason Zuliger, Aiden Hillsberg, and Jack Zernicki here. Again, this is the first of our 2 games here in this doubleheader set here with Pacelli. Pacelli obviously playing both games here today Bonduel playing in this one, and then Spencer will be the second of the two game here in this doubleheader.
Number 8, Jack Zernicki.
So Zernicki here. So 9, 1, and 2 coming up here. Zernicki 1 for 1 here today with a single. And that one's going to be down low. So you've got Zernicki, Johnson, and Anvilink here for Bonduel. I think I may have said 7, 8, 9, but it's actually 9, 1, and 2. So it's 2-0 to Zernicki. Hammerly, his fourth inning here, that one's fouled back. It's going to go to 2-1. Nicolay Bank offers personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill, or learn more at nicolaybank.com. Also brought to you today by Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. So it's 2-1 to Zernicki. And that is in there, called strike. It's going to go even now to Jack. Jack had that 2-out single in his last at-bat. That one's going to miss. It's going to go full now to Jack. Pitch here on the way, and that one's going to miss, and it's going to draw the base on ball to get Zernicki down to first. And back to the top of the order here, and Cade Johnson coming up.
Center fielder, number 1, Cade Johnson.
Cade has walked twice today. He's scored a couple of runs as well here today for the Cardinals. Head coach Wayne Sankey coming out here will keep it right here unless there's a change of pitchers, which it looks like there will be. So that'll be the day for Lucas Hammerly here. We'll get a relief pitcher coming in. We'll take a brief commercial pause and we'll bring it right back here. You're listening to and watching high school baseball here today on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from Hoff Favor Realty. We'll bring it back here in one moment.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto. Simple.
If you're looking for delicious, you've found it at Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. This family-oriented 50s-themed cafe is open 7 to 3 daily with a great diverse menu of American and Mexican breakfast and lunch options. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out 7 days a week and always served quickly, fresh, with a smile. For the full menu and more about this local Stevens Point gem on Stanley Street, visit rockandroll.cafe.
All right, welcome back here. Pitching change, that is the junior right-hander Nate Hammerly. Younger brother, certainly, of Lucas here. He'll come in relief here in this fourth inning here for the Cardinals. All knotted up here, 4 apiece. Nate Hammerly, we've seen him in a number of occasions. Certainly a very, very capable pitcher here for the Cardinals. Another one of those, certainly we know they have a very deep pitching staff. Certainly we know of, obviously, guys like Kel Knopper, Lucas Hammerly, Melise Badoon, Tomas Uemura, they're 4 seniors. But, the future, certainly the pitching staff, at least in my humble opinion, you've got Nate Hammerly, you've got guys like Eric Rinke who have pitched, Bryce Flaker, Sully Schober, certainly. A chance to get Nate some work here today on this Saturday, first of 2 doubleheaders. And Nate, he's pitched pretty well, I would say. And these are the kind of days where you get a little bit of that extra work for some of the, certainly some of the younger guys as well here. So Nate in relief here with Cade Johnson. Nate working out of the stretch here. That one's going to miss high, and it's going to go to 1-0 to Johnson. So as we mentioned, Johnson with a pair of walks, a pair of runs scored here today in his 2 plate appearances. That one's going to miss outside and high. It's going to go 2-0 now to Johnson. You've got Zernicki down at first. So Hammerly comes set here. His 2-0 pitch to Johnson, and that'll be in there. Called strike. It's 2-1 now. So 2-1 here from Hammerly to Johnson. A few more fans coming in here. That ball's going to get out of play, and a souvenir here for someone. Stevens Point Orthopedics proud to welcome orthopedic spine surgeon Dr. Jason Pataki. Dr. Pataki is ready to serve the central Wisconsin community and is now seeing patients. For more information regarding spine and back services available at stevenspointortho.com. So that ball hit out into the air, kind of in a tough spot. Coming in to make the play there is Braden Flaker for the first out to get Cade Johnson the F7 for out number 1. So that'll bring up Ray Sandvelink. Had the sack bunt, the 2-3 sack bunt back in the first. Had a walk, stolen base, and run scored back in the third. So his third trip to the plate here for the Bears here. Nate Hammerly in relief, as we mentioned, with 1 out. Zernicki still at first. Checking on Zernicki. Opper tiptoeing the line there, making the play here to avoid the potential overthrow. So Zernicki will stay down at first. So Anvelink. Pitch here from Nate. And that one's going to miss. And it's going to go to 1-0 now to Anvelink. Hammerly works from the stretch, the pitch, and that is in there, called strike for Nate. And it's 1-1 now to Anvelink. So Nate getting some innings here for the Cardinals. Good to see. Certainly a swing and a miss. Throw down to second is not going to be in time. And Zernicki's going to steal second base there on that. 1-2 now to Anvelink. 1 away. Top half of inning number 4 all knotted up at 4 runs apiece here. Bonduel with a runner now in scoring position with Zernicki at second. Hammerly comes set here. His 1-2 pitch to Anvelink, and that's going to miss inside. So it's going to go to 2-2 now to Race. Beckett Hartleben is the on-deck hitter today here for Bonduel. Pitch here from Nader. And that one hit on the ground. That's going to get foul. Schober ranging over to make the play in foul territory. So it'll remain 2-2 to Race Anvelink. Hammerly's 2-2 pitch on the way. And that's going to miss, and it's going to go to full now. Didn't miss by much, no doubt, but full count either way. Runner in scoring position over there with Zernicki. Hammerly working from the stretch, the pitch, and that one's fouled back. It remains 2-2 now to Anvelink. So Hammerly working out of the stretch here, comes set here, the 2-2 offering to Anvelink. And the pitch on the way, and that's batted on the ground, and that one's going to go foul. Remains 2-2. The Rock and Roll Cafe. Find a great variety of breakfast options at the Rock and Roll Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, Friday fish fry, and service with a smile. Open daily for breakfast and lunch only on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. 2-2 pitch here from, 3-2 pitch. Throw down to third, and a good throw, and that's going to going to get the out there, I believe. Nice throw down there to get Zernicki.
Left fielder, Beckett Hartleben.
So Anvelink draws the walk. And that brings up Beckett Hartleben. 1 for 2 here today at a single stolen base and a run scored. He looks at strike one. It's 0-1 now to Beckett, with Anvelink down at first. And Nate with a nice throw back over there to Keltnapper, keeping a very close, watchful eye on Race Anvelink there. 2 away here. 0-1 to Hartleben. Nate comes set here, and runner's going. Throw down to second is not going to be in time. And Anvelink is in there with a stolen base. And it's 1-1 now to Beckett. 2 away here. Nate trying to work his way in relief of his older brother here in this 4th inning here. And a strike in there. And a nice pitch there by Nader. It's 1-2 now to Beckett Hartleben. And that one just missed, so it misses down. It's going to go even at 2-2 now to Beckett. So as we mentioned here earlier in this half inning, Nader's certainly another one of those arms that the Cardinals are going to definitely rely upon, I would say, not only this season, but certainly next year as well here. And that ball is hit in the air. That's going to get just out of play there into the Cardinals' dugout there. Count remains at 2-2. Feltz Dairy, the culture of Wisconsin, is forever tied to life on the farm. Bring the family for a visit to Feltz's Dairy Store in Stevens Point. They have cheeses, dairy products, local meats, seasonal decor, and so much more. That's Feltz's Dairy Store. Food, family, and fun. So it is 2-2 here now to Hartleben. With Anvelink down at second. Nate Hammerly's pitch on the way is belted into the gap out in right center field, and that's going to be extra bases. And a run going to come across here, so Bonduel. And an RBI double there for Hartleben.
The catcher, number 5, Joe Fellhofer.
The RBI double. And that'll bring up the catcher here in Joe Fellhofer. So Bonduel now back in the lead here. That's a strike to Fellhofer. It's 0-1. Hartleben with the RBI double down at second. 2 away here, 0-1 to Fellhofer. The 0-1 pitch here from Nate, a breaking ball and a nice pitch. Swing and miss there for Fellhofer. It is 0-2 now. Top half inning, number 4. Bonduel now regains the lead here in this half inning. 5-4 here. Hammerly's pitch, that'll miss outside and downstairs, and it's going to go to 1-2 now to Fellhofer. Carter Maish, the on-deck hitter here for Bonduel. Nate working here, breaking ball. That one smashed foul, and it's going to remain 1-2 to Joe Fellhofer. So Nate Hammerly Working from the stretch, the pitch is belted. Takes kind of a funny hop. Badoon stays with it. Throw over to Opper. And the 6-3 ground out to get Fellhofer. Nice play there by Badoon. But Bonduel goes back out in front 5-4 here. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 4. You are listening to and watching high school baseball here today on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from Hoff, Favor Realty, bringing it right back in one moment.
At Oso Brewing, we're committed to our community and charity events. We give back locally. We're spot on with tasty food right inside our brewery. Oso pizzas and sandwiches are the best kept secrets in the area. Come and enjoy our new patio atmosphere with friends and family.
It will be something you want to tell your friends about.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
All right, we are back. That's Braden Flaker there. He'll lead things off here in this Cardinals bottom half of inning number 4. Braden, we've mentioned it a few times here. The senior, certainly one of their speedsters on the bases, has been a very timely bunter as well. And I think we've said it kind of jokingly, but seriously as well. I mean, this is a guy that can bunt his way on base, and certainly with his speed has done such a good job bunting the baseball. And certainly that's not all he's done all year, but just been some very timely bunting, just a very good, solid ball player here for the Cardinals, one of many seniors on this team. But Braden will lead things off here.
Number 6, Braden Flaker.
So 9-1-2 here coming up for Pacelli. Braden had the bunt single and the run scored in his last at-bat, back over in the second. So Zuliger back out for his 4th inning of work. Flaker shows bunt. It's 0-1 now to Braden. Zuliger's pitch here to Flaker. He shows bunt again, and that one's going to get bunted foul. It goes 0-2. Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. For all of your tire and auto service needs, look to Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Great deals on tires that fit your needs is a sure thing to get back on the road. That's Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. So it's 0-2 now to Flaker. To think maybe he'll be probably swinging away here at this one, and he does stay alive here on that one. Badoon, the on-deck hitter here for Pacelli. Pitch on the way from Zuliger. That one is outside. It's 1-2. So you get a good look at Mason Zuliger here, the lefty. Comes set here, the pitch. And that one's going to miss. It's going to go 2-2 now to Flaker. Pitch here to Flaker. That one is swing and a miss. And a strikeout. And the Serb-Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Mason Zuliger. You can call Jamie Wenzel at Serb-Pro for the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Top of the order now for Badoon. Melise is 1 for 2 here today. Flew out to center field and had that single back in the second. That one just misses. It's 1-0 now to Badoon. Pitch on the way. That's going to miss low. It's 2-0. So 2-0 to the senior shortstop, Melise Badoon, who's made a handful of nice plays today down at short. Very solid shortstop is Melise. We saw him initiate that 6-4-3 double play yesterday. That one catches a corner. It's 3-1 now to Melise. 3-1 pitch coming up for you from Zuliger. Ball hit over to Schrader there, and a play made over by Cody Schrader there. So Badoon lines out to third there.
Center fielder number 7, Jaden Garski.
So 2 away now for Jaden Garski. Jaden is 1 for 2 here today. Singled and has struck out here today. And that is in there, called strike. It's 0-1 to Garski. Garski pretty much etched himself as sort of the everyday center fielder here for Pacelli. We've seen him do a lot of very solid things out in center field. Certainly, as we mentioned a couple times now, his speed defensively. Ball hit, and that will be an out here. So the F3 to retire Garski.
In the bottom half, no runs, no hits.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on here. We are through 4 innings complete. We'll move to the 5th inning of play. You're listening to and watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports, brought to you in part from Hoff Favor Realty. Back in one moment.
Maida Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Maida Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at maidacustom.com.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Strike, it's 0-1 to Carter. So Carter flew out to Badoon at short in his last at-bat. Bonduel clinging to that 1-run lead, and that's going to be just out of the outstretched reach there of Badoon there. We previewed.
Cody Schrader.
So base hit formation, that'll bring up Cody Schrader. Cody is 1 for 2 here today. There's a live look in over there. That was Kel Napper at first. Nate Hammerly working from the stretch here to Cody. Pitch misses, and it's 1-0. Nate Hammerly comes set here. Runners going here. Bunt shown. Ranky's throw down to second. And a good throw there by Ranky to get Maish out on the base paths there for the first out. It's 2-0 to Cody. The base runner raced here. 2-0 pitch here to Cody is going to miss inside. It's going to go to 3-0 now. And that's in there, called strike. It's 3-1 now. Pitch here to Schrader is belted out into right field. Flaker there making the play there in right field for the second out. The F9 to retire Cody here, and that'll bring up Mason. Looks like actually now we're going to have a pinch hitter here. That's number 17. We'll get that information here just in one moment. Patrick Schultz, it looks like, pinch hitting here.
Patrick Schultz.
So the 1-0 to Patrick Schultz here, and that one's in there for a called strike. The 1-1 here to Schultz. And that is in there, catches the corner there. It's 1-2 now. The 1-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. And a Serb Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Serb Pro Jamie Wenzel, you can call Jamie Wenzel a Serb Pro for the #1 choice. And cleanup and restoration Serb Pro, like it never even happened. So 1 hit. Nobody left on, no runs, no errors. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 5 here. You're listening to and watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports. Back in 1 moment.
The auto service specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
All right, we are back here. Brooks Hartleben, the new pitcher here for Bonduel, in relief of Mason Zuliger, who right now would be in line for the win here should things remain on the trajectory that they're on, but still certainly a lot of baseball yet here. Pacelli will send up 3, 4, and 5 here with Lucas Hammerley, Tomas Uemura, and Sully Schober. So that's Brooks Hartleben out in relief here. So bottom half of inning number 5 coming up here. Bonduel clinging to that 1-run lead here. One of our many game day sponsors here today, that's Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetic and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. Fleet Farm is also another great sponsor here. No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered. At the best prices guaranteed, auto, pet, bird, farm, snacks. Fleet Farm is everything you need at all the lowest prices. So Lucas Hammerley to lead things off here is 1 for 1 here today. Singled, walked, stole a base. And that one's going to miss inside from Brooks Hartleben. It's 1-0 now to Lucas. That's going to miss high. It's 2-0. Tomas Uemura awaits in the on-deck area for the Cardinals. Right-hander Brooks, that's going to drop in for a base hit for Hammerley. And Lucas is going to be out at second. Had the single there, but looking to maybe try to stretch that one. Did Casirso one away, and Tomas Uemura He was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance here. 0 for 1 here today. That one misses outside and high. It's 1-0 now to Tomas. We're in the bottom half of inning number 5 in the first of 2 games here for the Cardinals. It's 2-0 now to Uemura. Pitch here from Brooks on the way, and that's going to miss down, and it's going to be a 3-0 count coming up here. Pitch here to Uemura, have to think, and that'll miss in, hit him actually, but either way it's going to be down at first. One away, and Sully Schober coming up.
12, Sully Schober.
Sully is 0 for 2 here today. The Tamara River School District. Great things are happening at the Tamara River School District with open enrollment now open. Come and join the Falcon family. Are you ready to fly with us? Schober hits that one. That's going to be driven foul. It's 0-1 now to Sully. So the 0-1 pitch here to Schober. Late steal, and Uemura is going to be in there. No problem. Stolen base for Tomas.
Stolen base for Tomas.
It's 1-1 now to Schober. The 1-1 offering, and that one's going to miss high and in, or high and in. So it's 2-1. With Uemura in scoring position here, 1 away. It's 2-1 to Schober. Brooks comes set. Uemura with a delayed steal and a throw down, and he will be in there with another stolen base. So 2 stolen bases here in this sequence for Tomas Uemura. It's 2-2 now to, thank you, to Schober. That ball hit high in the air. Schrader coming over, calling for it, and he's not going to be able to make the play there. And E5 there will get Schober aboard.
The catcher, number 2, Eric Ranke.
So Schober reaches on the E5. Runners at the corners now with Uemura over at third and Schober at first. 1 away, and Eric Ranke coming up. Couple of walks here today. Scored a run and stole a base as well in both of his plate appearances. So runners at the corner with Hartley been working from the stretch, checking back on Schober there. In safely. So Schober there live looking at Sully at first there with a lead. And they're going to see what they're going to say that Ranke, they're going to collaborate here, I think, but Ranke heading down to first on that one. Schober's going to get down to second. I think it looks like it hit Ranke there. Umpiring staff going to collaborate a little bit here. Ranke is aboard, though, at first base as it stands here, so I think argument possibly being made that he may have swung and fouled that one off is what the thought process is there. Coach Grunwald trying to state his case there.
Running for the Cardinals, 21, Henry Garrettson.
So Henry Garrettson will courtesy run here for
Now
Pacelli.
Number 8, the first baseman, Kelton Opper.
So bases loaded here for Kelton Opper. 1 for 2 here today. Singled and scored a run and flew out to short as well. 1 away here, so chance for Pacelli here to certainly add some potential insurance runs here. Fellhofer to say a few words here. Dahl Automotive in Stevens Point has over 1,300 vehicles, but they want more, so they'll offer an extra $500 over book value for your trade-in vehicle. Shop dahlauto.com for the best selection in the area, or stop in to see them at Dahl Honda just off Stanley Street or Dahl Chrysler on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. So it's 1-0 now to Opper. Waymora with the lead down there. Opper swings and misses through the Brooks Hartley bin off-speed pitch. It's 1-1 now. Pitch here to Opper. Breaking ball hit in the air. That's has the potential to be problematic, and that'll drop in, and a run will score here with Waymora coming across to score. That was going to be a tough play. That was kind of in no man's land as soon as that ball was hit. So Waymora scores.
Single for Opper. Brings up the right fielder, number 5, Bryce.
And that'll bring up Bryce Flaker. Bryce is 0 for 2 here today. You know, we talked a little bit to Coach Sankey yesterday. He mentioned they, a couple days ago, worked on Bryce's swing a little bit in practice the day before yesterday, and you saw that big double that he had yesterday to really set the kind of the stage there for the Cardinals. That was the only run that they scored, but the only run that they really needed, and certainly the difference in that game yesterday in that highly contested game. Breaking ball in there, called strike. It's 0-2 now to Bryce Flaker. So bases loaded here, all knotted up at 5 apiece, bottom half of inning 5. So a lot of 5s on the screen here, as you can see. Pitch here from Harleben misses outside. It's going to go to 1-2 now to Flaker. Braden Flaker, the on-deck hitter for Pacelli, just the one out here. Harleben comes set the pitch, and just getting a piece of that is Bryce, so it's going to stay 1-2 now to Bryce. Bryce looking to try to put Pacelli out front here. One swing of the bat could certainly do that, and a swing and a miss. And a nice pitch there by Hartleben, the Serpro Jamie Wenzel strikeout here. You can call Jamie Wenzel at Serpro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serpro like it never even happened, and looks to be a pinch hitter here in Nathan Reimer, the senior. We saw him as a pinch or courtesy runner a little bit earlier here today. Bases loaded here for Reimer. And that's going to miss inside to Nathan. It's 1-0 now to Nate. Nate's another one of those guys. We've seen him out on the hill, I think, about a couple times this year so far. He's pitched well in his couple appearances. That one's in there. It's a called strike. It's 1-1 now to Nathan. And a swing and a miss to Reimer. It's now 1-2. So Brooks Hartleben looking to try to get out of this inning with the bases loaded here. Limit the damage just to that one run here. This 1-2 pitch here from Brooks is hit on the ground, and that's gonna be a hit for Reimer. And a couple runs will come across on that. So Nathan Reimer,
2 RBI single for Reimer.
2 RBI single there for Nate Reimer.
#1, Melise Badoon.
So now Pacelli with the 2-run lead here on the Nathan Reimer. So Brayton Flaker will courtesy run for Reimer. And that'll get us back to the top of the order with Melise Badoon, who lined out to third in his last at-bat. He singled and flew out to center, so 1 for 3 here today for Melise. Brooks Hartleben from the stretch here, the pitch on the way, and that's in there. It's a called strike to Badoon. It's 0-1 now to Melise. So Pacelli has tacked on 3 runs here in this bottom half of inning number 5 to go back out in front here. It's been kind of a seesaw-type game. Seesaw battle, I believe I would say. I don't know how many lead changes there have been, but it's been more than one. And that catches the corner. It's now 0-2 to Badoon. So Melise looking to try to battle here with 2 strikes. He's hit the ball hard all 3 times here today. Time called here. 12:44 train rolling in, it sounds like, in the background. Just past the Wisconsin River here. And curveball, that one's going to get out of play and foul. Well, it's going to remain 0-2 to Badoon. So Brooks Hartleben way up in the count here, 0-2. Works from the stretch, set, the pitch. Ball hit out, hit pretty well. And the play will be made out in left field. The F7 to retire Melise Badoon, but not before Pacelli takes the lead back here, 7-5 here. 5 innings are in the books here. We'll move to the 6th inning of play. You're listening to and watching high school baseball here today on Zaleski Sports. Brought to you from Hoff Favor Realty, bringing it right back in one moment.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that look for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
All right, we are back here. 6th inning coming up here. Pacelli reclaims the lead here, 7-5 here. We move to the 6th inning of play here. Nate Hammerly is back out for his 3rd inning of work here. So Nate came in relief of his older brother Lucas here. And Pacelli goes back out front here. And we are headed here to the 6th inning of play. Jackson Rydzinski here. And that one misses high, and it's 1-0 to Jackson. Hit on the ground over to Schober. Schober gloves it, makes the play, the 5-3 put out to retire Jackson Rydzinski for the first out here. So 1 away now, and Jack Zernicki coming back up here. Jack is 1 for 1 here today. Singled, walked, stole a couple bases as well here. Nate Hammerly, that one misses high, and it's 1-0 to Zernicki. Pitch here from Hammerly on the way. That one swung on and missed. It's 1-1 now to Zernicki from Hammerly. You have to think they'll probably try to have Nate finish this one out, I would guess. Ball hit on the ground, going to be a tough play. Schober coming over, making the throw, and unable to make he was pulled off the bag there a little bit, but Zernicki will reach there on that. So Zernicki aboard.
Number 1, Cade Johnson.
That'll bring the top of the order, and Cade Johnson coming back here with one out. Cade, a couple of walks, couple runs scored, and flew out to left field. So for 1 here today. It's 1-0 now to Cade. Hammerly's 1-0 pitch to Johnson, bunt, and that's going to get foul. So it's going to go to 1-1 now to Johnson. So it's 1-1 to Cade Johnson, Race Anvelink, the on-deck hitter for the Bears here, Bonduel. Hammerly's pitch on the way. That's going to miss high. It's going to go to 2-1 now. Hammerly checking for his signs here from Ranke. Pitch on the way. That one hit out to Garski in center. Garski taking a few steps to his right. He'll make the play, camp out under it for the second out. The FA to retire Johnson. And that'll bring up the shortstop here in Race Anvelink. Race, a couple of walks here today, a couple runs scored, a couple stolen bases, and had that sack bunt, the 2-3 sack bunt back in the first. 2 away for Anvelink. That one is in there for a called strike. It's 0-1 to Race. And Hammerly misses inside. It's going to go to 1-1 now to Anvelink. So you've got Zernicki over at first. Hammerly working with 2 outs. That one's going to miss high and in. So it goes to 2-1 now to Race Anvelink. Nate coming set here. The pitch, that one's fouled back. It's going to go even at 2-2 now. Meta Custom Apparel specializes in providing quality decorated apparel, including from corporate casual team uniforms and promotional items to sporting goods and awards. Find just what you need to keep you looking great. Learn more at metacustom.com. Hammerly's 2-2 pitch on the way, and that's going to miss a little low. Rinke does a nice job keeping that baseball in front of him, preventing Zernicki there potentially from advancing down to second. So 3-2, 2 outs here. Hammerly's pitch, that one's going to be batted foul, so staying alive is Anvelink. Zernicki was on the move on that. And he'll go back to first. So the 3-2 pitch here from Nate Hammerly is fouled back. So Anvelink doing his best to keep this at-bat going as long as he can here. A good at-bat, no doubt. Spencer in town here. They'll be playing in the second game here over in the cages, and that one's going to roll foul here. So going to remain full here. So as we mentioned, Pacelli playing the second game here. That's listed as a 1:30 start. I suppose much of that will be contingent upon how this one goes here in terms of duration, but on or around 1:30, we'll say. And a swing and a miss. And that is a Serb Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Nate Hammerly. And Pacelli will move to their bottom half of inning number 6. They are out front here 7-5. You're listening to and watching high school baseball here today on Zaleski Sports. Brought to you in part from Hoffavor Realty. Bottom 6 coming up in one moment.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
Shuda Funeral Home in Stevens Point and Plover is your local, family-owned and operated funeral home providing families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable services when you need it most. The loss of a loved one is a difficult fact of life that Shuda Funeral Home will ensure you won't have to face alone. Shuda Funeral Home will guide you through the process from in-person visitations to creating obituaries and tributes. Pre-planning can also be a great way to ease these topics for your family. Learn more at shudafuneral.com or bring your questions and stop in.
All right, back out here, the bottom half of inning number 6. Pretty nice crowd, as you can see here. We had a pretty nice crowd on just a beautiful Saturday. We'll say morning, afternoon, doubleheader type thing. This first one obviously started at 11 o'clock. We'll have the second game on Zaleski Sports as well, but not before Jaden Garski. So 2, 3, and 4 coming up here for Pacelli. You've got Garski, Hammerly, and Waimora. So Jaden is 1 for 3 here today. Singled, struck out, and lined to first here. So he'll lead things off here, and that one just misses. It's 1-0 to Garski. And that is in there, called strike. It's 1-1 to Garski. Lucas Hammerly, who started off on the hill, the on-deck hitter for Pacelli. Pacelli with a 2-run lead now, 7-5. Pitch on the way, that's going to miss. It's going to go to 2-1 to Garski now. Brooks Hartleben back out for his second inning of work, and that's in there, called strike. It's 2-2 now. Hartleben from the windup, breaking ball, hit on the ground. It's going to be an awfully tough play to get the speedy Garski, and he will be in there for a infield single there, his second hit here this afternoon. So Jaden aboard here to lead things off, and that'll bring up Lucas Hammerly. Lucas 2 for 2 here, with a walk as well here and a couple of stolen bases. Brooks comes set here. The pitch is hit over to second. Chance for 2. They're not gonna be in time for the speedy Lucas Hammerly, but they will get the out over at second. The fielder's choice, I should say here.
The second baseman, number 10, Tomas Yurmera.
And that'll bring up Tomas Waimora. Checking on Hammerly over there. Tomas 0 for 1 here today. Was hit by a pitch, walked, and Struck out back in the first here. Hammerly on the move. The throw down is not going to be in time, and Lucas Hammerly with another stolen base for Pacelli. One and 0 to Waimora. Brooks comes set here. The pitch to Waimora is going to be inside and low, and it's going to go to 2-0 now to Tomas. Sully Schober is the on-deck hitter here for the Cardinals. Hartley been working out of the stretch here. You see live look in there with Lucas down at second with a pretty decent lead here. That's going to miss down low, and it's going to go to 3-0 now to Waimora. Pitch on the way here is in there, so taken all the way, and it's 3-1 now to Waimora. So Hartleben coming set here, the 3-1 offering to Waimora. Breaking ball in there and a nice one. It's going to go to full now to Tomas. So full count, one away. With Hammerly down at second and Brooks Hartleben working from the stretch. He's set. And that one's going to get a piece of Waimora, so he'll be hit by a pitch his second time here today.
Third baseman, number 12.
So that'll bring up the third baseman, Sully Schober, who reached on the E5 back in the fifth. Scored a run as well. One out here, and Waimora at first. Hammerly down at second. Coach Grunwald going to come out here and get a few words here. Shoot a Funeral. Shoot a Funeral Services in Stevens Point and Plover is here to help you with all of your funeral needs with 2 convenient locations and a personal local touch. Let their experienced staff serve your family. Learn more at shootafuneral.com. That's shootafuneral.com. So Coach Grunwald here trying to...
Sully Schober.
So Sully Schober here. Schober here, as we mentioned, reached on the E5 back in his last at-bat, back in the fifth. You've got a couple of runners on here for the Cardinals, and Waimora, both runners on the go here. So Hammerly swipes third, and Waimora gets down to second. So it's 1-0 to Schober. Pitch on the way, that's going to miss, and it's going to go to 2-0 now to Schober. And that is in there, a called strike. It's 2-1 now. So Hartleben with a fastball in there, 2-1. Couple runners on, one away here, and Hartleben working from the windup here. The pitch is in there, called strike. It goes to 2-2 now. Coach Sankey directing traffic here for his pair of base runners, and a called third strike. Curveball is in there, so Schober down on strikes for the second out.
Eric Ranke.
That'll bring up Eric Ranke. Eric has walked twice and been hit by a pitch here, so in all 3 of his plate appearances here today. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1 now to Ranke. Breaking ball in there and a good one at that, so Hartley been way up in the count here, 0-2 to Ranke. Pitch on the way from Hartleben and a bender in there. A called third strike. And that'll be the end of 6 innings complete here. Couple runners left on. A hit. No runs, no errors. We'll move to the 7th inning of play here. Pacelli out front 7-5 here. You're listening to and watching high school baseball here today on Zaleski Sports. Brought to you in part from Hoff Favor Realty. 7th inning coming up here in 1 moment.
After a couple years of this, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Got a passion for helping people? Maybe you like cars. Are you into science? Are you good with computers? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. Stop getting by and level up today.
We're back with Better Halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
All right, back out here, 7th inning here. Tomas Uemura comes on in relief here in the 7th inning. We saw him yesterday in relief here and got the save yesterday. Looking to try to get the save here for the Cardinals. Stake to a 2-run lead here, top half of inning number 7. And Bonduel, if they're going to make a run, now is the time to do that. They bring up 3, 4, and 5 now with Beckett, Hartleben, Joe Fellhofer, and Carter Maish here. But certainly Uemura looking to try to close this one out here in this first of 2 games here for the Cardinals. But he will go through the heart of the order in 3, 4, and 5. And Hartleben, Fellhofer, and Maish here. So
now pitching for the Cardinals, number 10, Tomas Uemura. Going over to second, Lucas Hammerly.
So Lucas Hammerly will go to second base for the Cardinals.
Number 11, Beckett Hartleben.
Beckett Hartleben, who is a couple of base hits here today for the Bears. So Uemura working out of the stretch here, and his pitch is going to miss down low. It's 1-0 to Hartleben. And that's in there, called strike. It's 1-1 now to Hartleben. Uemura, as we mentioned, trying to close this one out here for the Cardinals. That one's going to miss outside. It's 2-1 now to Beckett. Two and one to Beckett. Uemura digs in, pitches, belted out to Garski in center, and Garski there to make the play. Nice play there by Jaden. Again, as we mentioned earlier in our broadcast, really has etched himself as sort of that everyday center fielder. So much speed out there, able to cover so much ground. Nice play there by Garski, out number 1, and that'll bring up Joe Fellhofer now. Pitch on the way, and that's going to miss high. So it's 1-0 here from Uemura. That one's going to miss down, and it goes to 2-0. Beg your pardon, that is Brooks Hartley been at the plate here in the 4 spot. It's 2-1 to Brooks. Pitch here from Waimoda is going to miss inside. It's 3-1 now to Brooks Hartleben. Carter Maish, the on-deck hitter for Bonduel. 3-1 hitters count here, 1 away. Waimoda's pitch on the way is going to miss, and it's ball 4. So Brooks Hartleben, base on ball here. And then Carter Maish coming up here. Carter 1 for 3 here today. Singled in his last at-bat back in the 5th. Pitch on the way, that's going to miss downstairs, and it's going to go 1-0 to Carter. Cody Schrader, the on-deck hitter here for the Bears of Bonduel with 1 out. Again, Waimoda looking to try to get his 2nd save in as many days here for the Cardinals. And that one's going to miss down low. It's going to get by Rinke, and Brooks is going to get down to 2nd on that one. So 2-0 here to Maish. Pitch here from Waimoda. That is in there, called strike. It's 2-1 now. Runner in scoring position with Hartleben down at 2nd. Pitch here from Waimoda. That's going to miss low and outside, and it's going to be 3-1 now to Carter Maish. Waimoda's 3-1 offering. Fastball in there, and a good one at that. It goes full now to Carter. Waimoda set now in the 3-2 pitch to Carter Maish. And that's going to be hit over to Hammerly. Hammerly ranges over, and the throw is offline. And Brooks Hartleben. Oh, the throw hit there. Yeah, throw. They're saying looks like it got Maish there. They'll tend to him. They'll tend to Maish there. Looks like the ball may have hit him here. So Rinke out to talk to his senior right-hand relief pitcher here, and Tomas Waimoda trying to get out of this one here. He's pitched very well all season for the Cardinals, predominantly in relief. We've seen him for some extended innings, but Maish shaking up a little bit here. Looks to be okay, though. So you'll have runners at the corner with Brooks Hartleben over at 3rd and Maish down at 1st. And you've got Cody Schrader coming up here. So Carter, yeah, he's going to be okay, it looks like. So Cody Schrader now with runners at the corner and 1 away. And Waimoda working from the stretch here. The pitch on the way, and that's going to miss down low. And Rinke with a nice block there to keep Maish down at 1st. Carter would be the tying run over there at 1st. Waimoda's pitch is going to miss inside, and it's going to go to 2-0 now to Cody. Mason Zuliger, the on-deck hitter over there for Bonduel with 1 away. Runners at the corner. Waimoda set the pitch. And on the go there, and that tying run now at second base is Carter Maish getting down to second on that one. So tying run represented there in Carter Maish. Meanwhile, it's 3-0 to Cody Schrader. And a swing and a miss to Cody. It goes 3-1 now. Tomas digs in here to the mound here. Working from the stretch, the pitch on the way. That's going to be hit out of play and foul. That'll find the right field bullpen fence there. So the count goes full now. To Cody here with Bonduel, a couple of runners in scoring position here. The pitch on the way. That one's hit out, and that's going to be in the gap. That's going to drive a couple runs across here. And an RBI, 2 RBI single there for Cody Schrader. And just like that, we are back to 7. We are back tied here. It's 7 apiece now.
Number 6, Mason Zuliger.
And that'll bring up Mason Zuliger. Mason 1 for 2 here today. He singled back in the 3rd. So Eric Ranke now trying to get a few words in with his senior relief pitcher here. All knotted back up here. I think that's about our, 4th or 5th lead change, perhaps. I guess I have not necessarily kept track of that, but 5 was, yep. And that's in there. And that's in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. So Emota's pitch, breaking ball, and a nice one at that. It's 0-2. Quickly 0-2 to Zuliger. Still just the one out here. Schrader down at first. Zuliger 0-2 pitch here is breaking ball, just missed. It missed a little high. It's 1-2 now. And that one's going to miss down, and Ranke does a nice job to keep that in front of him here. So it goes even at 2-2. Two-two pitch on the way. That one's hit foul. Look out over there, Bonduel. It's a good thing the fence is there. That's saved the day a few times today, we'll say. The 2-2 pitch back, and Waymota misses outside. It's going to go full now to Zuliger. Seven our score, tied in top of the 7th here. So again, a lot of sevens on our screen. That one's fouled back. It remains full. A couple innings ago, we had lots of 5s going. Theme here is 7. And that one misses inside, so a base on ball. So Zuliger will reach now, so you get Schrader down to second, Zuliger at first. This looks Jackson Rudzinski up. He grounded into the 5-3 ground out his last at bat. And Waymota misses away on that one, so it's 1-0 with a couple runners on now. Go-ahead run, and Cody Schrader down at second. That one's fouled back by Rudzinski, so it's 1-1. Still just the one out here. Waymota comes set the pitch. And that's going to miss high, and it's going to go to 2-1 now. And a swing and a miss, so Uemura evens things up at 2-2 now. And that one misses out, goes full now. So full count coming up to Jackson Rudzinski. Uemura's full count offering, and that's outside, and it's ball 4. And that's going to load the bases up here, and that'll bring up Jack Zernicki. Jack reached on the E5 in his last at-bat. He's walked today, stole a base back in the 4th, and singled back in the 2nd. Pretty big spot here for Jack. Fastball right down the middle, Zernicki, it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Zernicki, a swing and a miss. It's 0-2 now. So way up now is Uemura on Zernicki. And a swing and a miss, and that is a Serb-Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Tomas Uemura on the second out. Back to the top of the order with Cade Johnson coming up. Cade 0 for 2 here today. Flew out to center field, flew out to left field, and walked a pair of times here. Scored a couple of runs as well. And that is in there, called strike. It's 0-1 now to Johnson. So Uemura going to try to... And a breaking ball in there and a nice one. And we've seen that from Tomas. So way up now, 0-2. Going to try to get his final out here to try to get out of this one. That's hit on the ground over to Badoon. And the force over at second. So Johnson out here, but not before Bonduel strikes with another couple of runs here. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 7. We're all tied up at 7 apiece. Pacelli last raps here, trying to walk this one off, possibly. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 7. You're listening to and watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports. Brought to you in part from our friends from Hoff Favor Realty, bringing it right back in one moment.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauernfeind Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
All right, we are back. Live look in here on our Pacelli coaching staff. John Rafflick over there. There's head coach Wayne Sankey looking to maybe coach his Cardinals to a walk-off winner perhaps here in the bottom half of inning number 7. That's, we'll say, a legendary head coach because you tell you what, he's coached a lot of games, certainly over a lot of years, and has this Pacelli team 14-2 overall in the season here today, 7-1 in conference play. And Pacelli will bring up Kelton Opper, so 7, 8, 9 coming up here for the Cardinals. That's Opper, Flaker, and Flaker. Could almost be a law firm name. I don't know. Opper, Flaker, and Flaker. Maybe. Possibly. And Brooks Hartley been back in for another inning of work here. And that ball hit pretty well by Opper. And Opper gives that one a ride. Opper's That's extra bases. That's going to get to the warning track. Opper with a stand-up double for Kelton Opper to lead things off here in the bottom half of inning number 7.
Double by Opper brings up the right fielder.
Opper showing his versatility. We know what he can do out on the pitcher's mound, but showing a little bit of the stick there as well. So the leadoff double here, and that'll bring up sophomore Bryce Flaker. Bryce is 0 for 3 here in this one.
Mike check.
So
1, 2,
Opper.
1, 2. You got me in there? Okay.
Opper gave that one a ride. Ball was hit. Went all the way to the tracks. Flaker with a nice bunt. And a sack bunt there. So that gets Opper over to third. So I tell you what, I don't know. It might run in the family. I don't know if there's something in the water out in Amherst with the Flaker family, but both Flakers have a propensity to do very well at bunting. Again, getting the job done there. So one away now, and Braden Flaker up here with Kelton Opper, what would be the winning run, just 90 feet away down at third. And that is in there for a called strike. It's 0-1 to Braden. And Flaker hits that one out into right field. And they got Opper. And Opper will get back in. So the F9 not going to be hit a little bit too shallow, really, I would say, to score Kelton Opper on the tag up there. So you got 2 away now here, and you got Melise Badoon, the top of the order coming up here with Melise. The pitch from Brooks. And that one misses inside. It's 1-0. So Opper just 90 feet away. And that one's in there. Breaking ball. Catches the outside part of the plate. It's 1-1 now. The 1-1 pitch to Badoon. Hit on the ground over to Schrader. Schrader unable to make the play, and that will be a wrap here. So Pacelli with the 8-7 victory here. We'll have our Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Of course, Nasonville Dairy,
They go to 15-2.
with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds, Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield Curtis or NasonvilleDairy.com. Because we have a doubleheader, chances are we probably won't have a post game in this one, but we will try to wrap things up here. We'll take it to a brief commercial pause, and we'll bring it right back up here to put a bow and wrap this first of 2 games up here out at Buchholz Park. A final again, Pacelli 8, Bonduel 7 in this first game here for the Cardinals. Nasonville Dairy postgame in 1 moment. You've been listening to and watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports. Brought to you in part from Hoff Favor Realty. Bringing it back in 1 moment.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, And we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Caflagraviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance and repairs, Stevens Point knows you can always put your trust in Auto Select. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is often an inconvenience, but with locations on Highway 10 East and Church Street in Plover, Auto Select will have you back on the road in no time. Enjoy their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. Quality, dependable, automotive care experts you can trust in Stevens Point, Plover, and in Weston. At Auto Select, you're good to go.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
With head coach Wayne Sankey here. You guys come out of here walk-off fashion. You get the 8-7 victory. Very good Bonduel team. This is a team that was down at state. Talk us through a game like this, Coach. I know very impressive victory nonetheless.
Yeah, it's never easy, coming off that emotional high of beating Pittsville yesterday and coming right back less than 24 hours to try to play a very good Bonduel team. And we had a couple injuries. Guys aren't 100%, but they gave us all they had. Melise put the ball in play, and obviously Kelton with that big double. It's probably the best ball he's hit all year, and a heck of a time to do it. And, as you can see, when our small ball works, we can score runs. And Bryce Flaker getting the bunt down, getting Kelton over to third was big because, as probably everybody knows, Kelton's not the fleetest of foot, but we got him over there and put the ball in play. It was a struggle. But like I told him at the end, I said, if you can win games that you're struggling in, that's the sign of a good team. So we'll take that.
Yeah, you guys absolutely grinded out here, and a big victory nonetheless. I won't keep you too long because I know you want to get ready for this next one. Coach, anything more before we get to our second game? What can we look for with Spencer here?
We're just out here trying to get better. We had the opportunity. I want to thank Spencer for, I threw out an email when Bonduel didn't want to play 2 today because their schedule's just backed up, and I don't blame them. But, it's nice to have Spencer come in here, and, we're going to have our hands full again. Trying to win 2 games against 2 different teams in one day is never easy, but we'll give it a shot.
Awesome. Well, Coach, we'll give you the fist bump.
All right, be good to the people. Thank you, sir.
All right, that's head coach Wayne Sankey here. They come out of here again victorious 8-7 in walk-off fashion here. We're going to wrap things up here again, a final in the first of 2 games here for Pacelli, 8-7 victory over Bonduel. They will be back here in probably, maybe 20 minutes or so, give or take, with Spencer here. So we'll wrap things up. You've been listening to and watching high school baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by Hoff Favor Realty. Have yourselves a good rest of your afternoon. We hope to see you on the next game here coming up here in probably 20 minutes or so.